up, guys? It's me, Camaro Chris, the host with the most, back at you with Driver's Lounge, and I got you something real nice. I'm gonna let you know this. It starts off like this. If you guys already read the thing, you guys probably read it. Well, it's the first time I ever met a serial killer. The first time I ever met a serial killer, and the story begins like this. It was a nice summer day, warm as fuck. I like some animated cartoon. If there's any animators out there, animate this story. This is gonna be awesome. So, there I am, and I'm picking these people up. It's two of them, and they get on my bus, and they're asking me questions like, "Hey man, where's the nearest school at?" And I get questions like this all the time while I'm driving. So I just point out the nearest school, like, hey, it's right there. Hey man, where's the nearest hospital? Ah, it's over there, man. Blah blah blah. We're chatting it up. I actually start to get along with these people. We giggle and we laugh and we start saying some stuff. And then they were telling me like, oh yeah, we love being out here in LA. We love out here in California. It's so nice and beautiful. And there's so many people. And there's a lot of people that, are out here. And I was like, yeah, I know. It's a very overpopulated area. And they're like, yeah, very populated with a lot of good people. And I was like, I kind of like what? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I let it be, And they start telling me, I asked them. I was like, hey man, so what do you do for a living? And the guy, points out and goes, I'm unemployed right now. I'm trying to write a book, and you just gave me some, and I'm guessing that's the wife. And the lady just tells me, oh, well, I'm unemployed too. I'm not doing anything special or anything. So, I look up at my little thing. It tells you, what's going on, a little, if there's traffic ahead and you got to make a left or right, it's like a detour, usually it'll tell you detours. And then I'm like, oh shoot, I got to go on a detour. I'm sorry guys, I'm going to have to veer off. He's like, oh, no worries, man. We're in no rush. They literally got on my bus that day 3 times. I went back one place, came back. The third time they came with a bag, pretty big bag, pretty heavy. They looked pretty heavy because they asked me to lower the ramp and do all that crap. And then I asked them, I'm like, hey man, you didn't have that before, and then I kind of like froze to say that anymore because I was like, oh, it's none of my business. Maybe they went to go pick up some clothing because they're going somewhere. I'm not gonna press too hard on that. So they get on my bus with this big old humongous bag, and lo and behold, I drop them off and they wave goodbye, and I was so happy. They were like really nice to me and they were really kind. Now here's the serial killer part. I was watching something right after work. I'm very weird. I'm a very weird individual. I like to watch serial killer cases and stuff like that because you don't know. You might find that, and sadly enough, I found it. The Mr. and Mrs. kill babies and children, young children. They do awful, grotesque things to these children. And when I watched the video, they said that they've been looking for these people for the last couple of years. That this guy's been in Brazil, he's been here, he's been in Mexico, he's been everywhere, killing kids, ripping their arms off, doing all kinds of grotesque, disgusting things to these children. And he's a murderer. And the wife enjoys it. And I'm watching this. I'm like, dude, this is so disgusting. This is gross. I'm so scared. What if these people get on my bus? And then they showed the photo of the people. And these same people were the same people that kept getting on my bus the 3 times. And that 3rd time, they got on my bus with the little bag. I tell you, dude, I sat there and just gasped. And I was just like, oh my God, what if that was a child in there and I didn't even know? I was just, being nice. And I even helped them, get that kid on. And I was freaking out. So, till this day, I have no fucking clue. That had to be one of the scariest moments of my life. And this happened over 3 years ago. And I still don't have an answer to that. Because I did call the cops and I did put a police report. But nothing came out of it. That was the first time I've ever met a serial killer. And to be honest with you, when you meet a serial killer up front, you do not know that they're a serial killer. In your mind, you're thinking there might be a weird, goofy looking guy with messy hair. They were very well put together, these people. And it scared the crap out of me because the simple fact that they got on my bus and had a simple conversation with me, laughed with me, and they made it seem like they were out here just trying to have a good time. But their kind of good time was not the kind of good time that most of us would ever think of having a good time. And that was the first time I ever met a serial killer. I'm just going to say this, guys. It's a very depressing story, but I do have an uplifting story for you guys that I will tell you guys to uplift you, because that shit was horrible. Okay. Somewhere in my second year of driving buses, I decided to, pick up a new route. I've never done this route. This is my first time doing this route. And I decided, okay, I'm going to pick up this route. It's going to be fun. It's going to be different. It's going to be new. Exciting. Oh, was it exciting? I'm gonna say it like this. A young mother walks onto my bus with her daughter. Her daughter was about 3 years old. By the way, I know the name of this daughter. Her name is Emily. And got on my bus. And when she got on my bus, the young mother was so distracted, or I have no freaking clue what happened. She jumps off my bus without her daughter. Now, at this time being, this is when I find out humanity is horrible. Humanity is one fucked up bitch. Because this whole time, this young child sitting in a chair by herself, not one person's like, hey operator, there's a kid back here. She's sitting here by herself. Her mom left. Not one person got up to tell me that there was a young child in the back of the bus. Imagine, I'm about 22, 23 years old at this time. I started my career at 21. So, at this time, I had a little bit of grit under my nails. I knew what to do. But when it comes with the children, I have no idea. I have none of my own. So, when I hear the child cry and scream, asking for her mom, I freak out. I pull over the bus. I look at her and I go, are you okay? Do you need anything? I'm talking to her like a grown adult. Which, I was like, wait, I have baby brothers and sisters. Let me fix this. I told the little girl, okay, I'm going to help you. Relax. Put her on the little bench seat next to the thing. So they're relaxed. I ended up calling my supervisor and then calling the cops. Cops finally showed up eventually. And when they showed up, they were like, where's her mom? I have no clue. I have no clue. Her mom got off. And then 10 minutes prior to me, figuring all this out, the mother did call my agency. I can't not say the agency I was working for. And called the agency I was working for and basically was like, oh my God, you found my kid. And I was like, yeah, you kind of left her here. And this is kind of like a worst place scenario, whatever happens. You should really take care of your kid. And she just says, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You're such a nice bus driver. And the whole time, every time I saw that girl, whenever I did that route, I would go, hi, Emily. And then the little girl, every single time she see me on the route, she'd go, hi, bus driver. And she would kind of grab at my hand or whatever, and be like, woo, and I would always play with her and mess with her. And every single time that mom got off the bus, I tell you, I never kept my eye off her kid. I'd be like, you better take your kid. Watching. And oh my God, that had to be one of the scariest scenarios, but it came with a good ending where the mom and the child were reunited. And it was an honest mistake. Maybe the lady thought the kid was following right behind her. I don't know. The lady looked like she was in a hurry, which is kind of weird. I would never leave my kid. Okay. But, alright guys, those are 2 stories. If you guys want any more of these crazy stories, I'm going to keep giving them to you. I'm going to try to go videos, like where I do video chat and let you guys see videos of what goes down on the buses or driving areas or whatever. And then I'm going to go in ahead and tell you guys stories. My next story, I'm going to tell you, this is a personal story. So guys, stay tuned, subscribe. These are personal stories. These are untold stories that you will never hear on the news. Untold stories. So trust me, I know they don't sound, well, actually they sound pretty insane, but thank you for watching. You guys have a good one.